Vlog 65, walk like a king, think, speak and act as Marcus Aurelius. And today, yep, you got it, I'm going straight into the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, but so that you can embody it, because you guys have just been reading the book, you've not been embodying anything in your life, you're seeking entertainment, not application, and that's why you're still broke, busted, disgusted. And so, let's be clear, after you finish this vlog, if you choose to embody these qualities that I'm teaching, your life will elevate, but not a moment before. Because wisdom means nothing unless applied. Now let's study not for your current state, but from your goal's identity. Because your goal has demands. Your goal doesn't give a shit about you, but the goal has demands. It gives a shit about you meeting its demands. As long as you meet them consistently, unapologetically, and 100% of the time, then you'll obtain the goal's attention and you will gain the goal in the physical manifestation. Because you initiated the creation, manifested it, and that is through not just doing the work but being the individual. And let's start off with 10 powerful qualities of Marcus Aurelius for you to embody. See, number 1, calm under chaos. How are you under chaos? Do you fold? Do you quiver? Do you cower? See, I need you to never be moved by feelings and always be anchored in principle. Number 2, deliberate speech. Every word is chosen, not wasted. It has direction and purpose, the same as your actions, the same as your thoughts. Number 3, relentless introspection. Always be refining thyself. Because you can never outperform your self-image or how you think and speak and act. You'll never outperform that, how you believe about yourself. You can elevate it, and that's what we're doing here today. And number 4, stoic leadership. He ruled an empire without losing himself. You see, I would rather lose the world than lose myself. Yet, there you are losing yourself for the approval and validation of other people whose lives you don't even admire. Number 5, radical personal responsibility. He blamed nobody. He wasn't lame. Because he knew that to blame was to be lame. He owned everything and you must too. Number 6, moral clarity. He knew right from wrong and acted without delay. Yet there you are, hesitating on everything, thinking on everything. You need to make and execute on decisions from the goal. It's nothing to do with you, it's to do with your goal and who you're becoming. Number 7, unshakable presence. He's never distracted and fully grounded. Where are you? Number 8, purpose-driven decision making. No action without intention, purpose. Number 9, warrior of peace. He fought his ego, not the people, and showed up fully. And number 10, embodied wisdom. Never sought applause, only alignment. You see, if you're willing to take the credit, you've got to take the other side as well. It's just natural. If you need the credit, if you need the applause, if you need the praise, then that is why you're broke, busted and disgusted, because you're accepting the other side, and the other side is 18 times more powerful. What side are you going to choose? Now, if these aren't you yet, they need to become you. So let's begin. Because if you're tired, folding in pressure, if you're done reacting like a victim, if your life looks like a war zone of stress, excuses and emotional breakdowns, then this message is exactly for you. And I say may because you still need to apply it. Not just admire it, not just seek the entertainment, but seek the application. Seek to embody, to become more, to be more, to then do and to have more. And it's never going to happen a second before. Books aren't here to inspire you for a moment. They're here to transform your life through the wisdom imparted. So let's talk about Marcus Aurelius. Not as a figure of history, but as a standard for how you now live. See, I don't want you just studying Marcus Aurelius. I want you embodying his attributes. How he spoke, his standards. How he walked. You don't read meditations and clap. You don't highlight quotes that he spoke and post them for likes. You ask, how the fuck do I become a man like this? Marcus didn't write to impress. He wrote to remind himself of what he already knew, who he was, and to hold himself to it every single moment of every single fucking day. This wasn't just a journal. It was a declaration, a line in the sand, a vow to walk like a king while most other people crawled and cowered. So now, it's your turn. You want to lead? You want to walk in power, your power and authority that God gifted you? Then start embodying his example. So here's your new standard. I act not from my feelings, but from my principles and my standards and from my moral compass. Most of you are still led by feelings, still throwing fits in traffic, still stuck on what someone said last week. Marcus would have laughed at your drama. Not because it's funny, because it's pathetic and unnecessary. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realise this, and you will find strength. See, I need to start there. Direct your mind, direct your words, direct your actions from your goal and who you're becoming, the man or woman that you would be proud of. How? I'll ask better questions for a start. What kind of questions, Chris? Well, see, here's some questions to rewire your character. What would Marcus Aurelius do in this exact situation? How would Marcus Aurelius speak in this room? How would Marcus Aurelius think through this challenge with clarity? What energy would Marcus command just by entering the room? And how would he respond with standards and principle, not pride? You see, these questions aren't for information, they're for transformation. They're how you begin to walk like him, to think and act and speak like him. Remember, this isn't about pretending to be a Roman emperor. It's about leading your own empire like one. See, every moment is a test of character. Either pass or fail. Is it moving you towards, from your goal, or away from, regressing from, shrinking from your power and your goal and everything that you said that you want? Because you're either increasing, you're either moving towards, or you're moving away. It's only one or the other. There's no middle space. So, you're being watched, not by followers, not by your boss, but by your conscience. Marcus lived as every moment was a test of who he had chosen to become. Not what felt convenient, not what felt good, but what was right. He didn't perform. He didn't look for accolades. He embodied. He didn't negotiate. He acted. He didn't hope. He decided and done. And it was done. And that's the call to you today, to act with such unwavering strength and certainty that weakness doesn't even try to enter the room. And that comes with walking with direction, not by default. See, the reason you admire men like Marcus Aurelius is because they lived with direction. Every word was deliberate, every movement was precise, and every thought was inspected. Because to him, life was war. A war against ego, a war against mediocrity, a war against emotional reaction, and a battle for honour, for presence and alignment with divine order. You see, you want confidence. Walk like a man who has already earned it. You want freedom. Speak only what aligns with the outcome you desire. You want peace. Then start living by the standard that your future demands. Start articulating your standards so that other people know where the boundaries are, your boundaries. That brings peace. And so for those of you that have made it thus far, I want to congratulate you, because you're the 1%. You're the ones that show up fully because you're looking to apply. You're looking for that 1mm shift. You're looking for that one little nugget of insight to propel you to reach your goal faster, to become what your goal demands faster. The rest of them have clicked off. Well, that is why they're broke, busted and disgusted. Now, I don't care where anybody's at, and I'm not here to judge you. I certainly can't judge any man. But listen to me now. There's only 1% that make it this far. There's only 1% of that make it to the end and who execute, and that is where the divide is. And so here's 5 questions to integrate this fully. Number 1, where in my life do I react with feelings instead of leading by principle and by standard? Number 2, what quality of Marcus Aurelius am I willing to adopt starting now, in this moment? Number 3, how does a future version of me think, speak and walk? How do they walk? Number 4, what would I be doing today if I led like a king and not a victim? Number 5, what wisdom am I admiring instead of embodying? And right, you guessed it, we're on to 5 tasks to prove that you're living this. I want you to choose one core principle, like truth, peace or power, and make every decision from it moving forward from now. Then, number 2, I want you to reread a chapter from Marcus Aurelius Meditations and write out how to live it today. Not someday, not later, not in the distant future, but now. Not when it's convenient, but now. Then I want you to record yourself answering, what does it mean to live like Marcus Aurelius right now? What would Marcus Aurelius do if he were me and he had my goal? How would he act? How would he conduct himself? How would he think, speak and act? I bet you he wouldn't seek entertainment and just for performance. Number 4, catch yourself 3 times today when you start to react and redirect into calm, powerful, specific, purpose-driven action from your goal. Remember, your goal is demands. Meet them. Or no, don't meet it. Number 5, lead one conversation today with full intentionality, presence and zero reactivity. There's your tasks. And this is your closing wake-up call. To walk like him, think from the go and act as that king. See, Marcus didn't ask to be praised. In fact, he didn't want the praise. He asked himself to be obedient to the man he was becoming. He was deciding to be that now. So now, ask yourself, am I living like a king? Am I choosing power over reaction? Am I walking in alignment with my future or crawling through my weakness of my past? Because your trauma doesn't care. Your trauma, well, it doesn't matter. Your trauma's got nothing to do with where we're going. That just carved out strength within you to make you able to move forward with more strength. Because it had you realise your strength, because what? You're still here. Because the world doesn't need more knowledge. It doesn't need more people sitting on their pity potty. It needs more men and women who embody the wisdom. So stop admiring leaders. Stop seeking entertainment. Start applying, expressing and becoming one. This is your call. To lead yourself first. To live with the standard. To live with or without you standard. I'm already walking forward with or without you. Are you joining me?